Hi there, I'm Aidan Gillen, aka Lord Peter Baelish, aka Littlefinger. I am about to attempt to summarize everything that happened in Season 6 of Game of Thrones in 5 minutes. Okay, let's start with the North. At the Wall, Jon Snow was just betrayed and murdered by some of his men. Sir Davos and Melisandre want to try and resurrect him. We see Melisandre in her bedroom remove her large necklace and morph into a 400-year-old woman. Now, Davos barricades himself in with the body of Jon Snow. Melisandre uses her magic, spoiler alert, to successfully bring Jon back to life. Jon hangs all the men that betrayed him, including Alistair Thorne and the boy Ollie. Sansa and Brienne arrive at Castle Black. Sansa and Jon, reunited, decide to take back Winterfell from Ramsay. Jon and the wildlings need more forces to take on Ramsay, so they go around the north asking for men, but only recruit Lyanna Mormont, a 10-year-old with an army of 62 men. A former Stark ally, Small John Umber, brings a captured Rickon Stark to Ramsay in Winterfell. Jon Snow leads his army against Ramsay Bolton to reclaim Winterfell in the Battle of the Bastards. Before the battle begins, Ramsay shoots Rickon in the back with an arrow. I'm sorry if that was your favourite character. Jon's forces, surrounded by a phalanx and a massive pile of dead bodies, win at the last moment when, spoiler alert, yours truly, Littlefinger shows up with the Knights of the Vale. You can always count on me. Jon beats Ramsay senseless but leaves him alive for Sansa to deal with. She feeds him to his dogs. The Houses of the North proclaim Jon Snow the White Wolf and the King in the North. King's Landing. Cersei, in an attempt to take out the High Sparrow, head of the religious cult taking control of King's Landing, forms an alliance with the Tyrells. But everything goes awry when Tommen joins the Crown and the Faith, giving more power to the Sparrows. Tommen removes Jaime from the Kingsguard and orders him to take an army to recapture Riverrun from the Blackfish and the Tullys. Jaime leaves King's Landing. Tommen announces Cersei will be tried for treason and incest by the High Sparrow, and trial by combat will be forbidden. Cersei refuses to attend her trial and instead, spoiler alert, blows up the entire sept of Baelor using leftover wildfire. The High Sparrow, Loras, Mace, and Marjorie Tyrell all die in the explosion. When Tommen hears the news, he jumps out the window to his death. Cersei crowns herself Queen of the Seven Kingdoms. Jaime returns from Riverrun during her coronation and doesn't look happy. Theon returns to his home in the Iron Islands. His uncle Euron also returns and murders Theon's and Yara's father, leaving an opening for the throne of the Iron Islands, the Salt Throne. Theon's sister Yara at first gains support to take the throne, but Euron ultimately wins the people's support and the throne. Knowing Euron will kill them, Theon and Yara flee with much of the Iron Fleet, planning to offer the Armada to Daenerys. Meanwhile, in Meereen, Varys and Tyrion are ruling Meereen in Daenerys' absence. They discover somebody has set all the ships in Meereen's harbour aflame. Daenerys was captured by the Dothraki at the end of Season 5. Now she is told she must remain with all the other Khal's widows for the rest of her life. Tyrion makes friends with Daenerys' 2 imprisoned dragons, then sets them free. In a meeting of the Dothraki Khals, Daenerys, spoiler alert, sets the hut on fire, killing all the leaders. She emerges from the flames unscathed yet again, and the Dothraki bow to her. Daenerys, reunited with Jorah, sees that he has grayscale and tearfully banishes him a 3rd time, but commands him to return with a cure. Daenerys returns to Meereen with her new Dothraki army and ousts the Sons of the Harpy while her dragons destroy the slavers' ships with fire. Theon and Yara meet with Dany and Tyrion and form a pact to support each other. Using ships from the Iron Islands, Daenerys finally sets sail for Westeros with her armies including the Unsullied, the Dothraki, the Dornish, the Tyrells, and her dragons to take the Iron Throne. Meanwhile, over in Braavos, Arya is blind and living on the streets of Braavos. She's beaten by the waif of the House of Black and White repeatedly. Arya masters blind sparring, then has her sight restored when she says that she is truly no one. Arya takes a liking to the actress she's supposed to poison and saves her from drinking it. She reneges on her desire to be a faceless man and embraces her identity as Arya Stark. Arya gets tracked down by the waif in the guise of an old woman and is repeatedly stabbed. Arya flees and leads the waif into a dark room where, as she trained to fight without vision, spoiler alert, she kills the waif, takes her face and hangs it in the Hall of Faces. She says that she is Arya Stark of Winterfell and she is going home. Over beyond the wall, Bran, Meera, and Hodor have been staying with the Children of the Forest and the Three-Eyed Raven. The Three-Eyed Raven told Bran that he would never walk again, but that he would fly. In a repeated vision, Bran watches a young Ned Stark at the Tower of Joy, where he battles and kills the last 2 Targaryen Kingsguard and rushes up the tower steps to the sound of his sister Lyanna screaming. The undead army comes to the tree and kills the Three-Eyed Raven. Bran and Meera escape only because Hodor holds the door against the coming enemies. Spoiler alert, he dies. I really hope that wasn't your favourite character. Using a weirwood heart tree, Bran returns to the vision of the events at the Tower of Joy and learns that Lyanna Stark, his father's sister, spoiler alert, is the true mother of Jon Snow. Moving on, Jaime arrives at Riverrun with Bronn and 8,000 soldiers to oust the Blackfish and the Tullys from the castle and return it to the Freys. Jaime and Brienne are reunited when she arrives, seeking an alliance with the Tullys on behalf of Sansa to help fight the Boltons in Winterfell. Brienne tries to persuade the Blackfish to surrender the castle and join his niece to take Winterfell, but he refuses. Jaime convinces Edmure Tully to order his men at Riverrun to open the drawbridge and surrender the castle to the Lannisters. The Blackfish still refuses to give up without a fight and makes a final stand. He dies. And finally, let's tie up all the loose ends. Over at the Twins, using the face of a servant girl, Arya Stark murders Walder Frey in revenge for the Red Wedding. Over at Old Town, dozens of ravens are released from the High Tower, signaling winter has come. Down in Dorne, Illyria Sand stabs Prince Doran in the chest for letting Jaime, Bronn and Myrcella go and becomes queen. Somewhere, it's revealed, spoiler alert, that the Hound survived his wounds from his battle with Brienne. He joins the Brotherhood, but not before killing some of them. Okay, I hope you got all that. That's it for Season 6. Plenty more to come in Season 7. Enjoy.